and welcome back to a special transfer talk. We're going to have a quick look at our new signing, Imran Louza.
Should I stay or should I go?
On our first transfer talk, we mentioned Randall Kolo Muani of Nantes. We said we thought he was unlikely to come, but we have signed one of his teammates. Imran Louza is a central midfielder, but he plays all over central midfield, but he also plays left midfield, right midfield. He has played defensive midfield. He has even played as a second striker. The majority of his games have come in central midfield, and the majority of his goals have come from central midfield. He's pretty much an all-rounder. He's a left-sided player. He can play on the right, but as I say, he can play literally all over the shop in midfield. He has played in defensive midfield, and they did try him at the start of this last season to play almost in the kind of the Will Hughes role of sitting in front of the defence. It kind of worked well in as much as some of the highlights, really do show him playing almost a kind of Will Hughes-esque style of play. Threading the ball through, keeping everything running, being always available and moving the ball forward. And there's a great 2.5 minute highlight reel of his game, which was the second game of the season against Olympique Nîmes. He scored a penalty. He had a great game, according to the highlights. What the highlights don't show you is that on 47 minutes, he got sent off for a tackle from behind. He was only played once for the rest of the season in defensive midfield. It looks like the management there at Nantes have decided that no, he can either do us a better job going further forward, or we're not really sure we trust his decision making playing further back where he's got to be making challenges. I would say that he's going to be a signing for Watford who's going to be looking ostensibly in an attacking sense, probably in that second row or that second attacking row of a 4-2-3-1. But he's going to give us a real sense of versatility because he could play right across that line, and he can also drop into that central midfield if required. He's a very interesting signing, but in as much as he's come from northern France, and we have made some great signings from the French League, if we think about Doucouré, etc. And he is a different type of player. The two players he reminds me of when you look at the footage, if you look at the attacking showreel footage, he might even remind you of an Anthony Knockaert. But don't tell anyone, otherwise Miguel Britos might want to take him out at the kneecaps. The player he more reminds me of is a little bit older. If you remember about 10 to 15 years ago, Fulham had a player called Stede Malbranque. Again French, again left-sided, again able to float all around the midfield and do a job. And he was really quite a player and helped keep Fulham in the Premiership for quite some time. If we can get the same thing from Imran, that'll be fabulous. There's no doubt that Imran looks a really exciting signing and looks like his versatility will really help him bed into the squad and into the Premiership this season. I can see him being used literally all the way across the midfield. It'll be really interesting to see how his first season goes. He was born in Nantes, he played for Nantes B team, and then he's played for Nantes first team. So this is really his first experience of living out not only of France, but literally out of Nantes. So, obviously you would hope those people at the club would be doing all that they can in the same way as they have done with João Pedro to make him feel at home, make him feel part of everything moving forward. So there we go. Imran Louza, let's hope he's a winner. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really does help us, and it's very much appreciated you watching. Cheers. See you soon.